Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Train Sim World, and welcome to the BR182 DLC running on the Rapid Transit DLC. I think I said that right. Let's hop in here. This is our first task is to get this going. And doing it right here. Where is it? Give me a trigger. Where is it? Right there. Go right in here. Down here. I'm mouse and keyboard, so you know I'm a little not smooth, a little opposite of smooth. Sit in the driver's seat, you got it. Set the master switch to forward. We can do that. Forward. And the train brake to full service. So that's going to be here. Full service. All right. Train brake to 1B. Nope, had it. There it is. Unlock the doors. You got it. So, 2 DLC. Yeah, 2 DLC. So this is the BR182. Normally, this route, the rapid transit route, the Leipzig route, has the BR1442, the Talent 2. That was the only loco that this route came with, but you can now get this DLC and run the BR182, which I guess was on this route briefly while they were waiting for the 1442s to be done or be delivered. There's one in the distance there in the background. That's the 1442. You know, I really do like this route. I really do like this DLC. And I know it gets a little grief because it's not very long and it just has the one loco. But I really like it. I would say it's one of my favorite routes in the sim. And I kind of made a promise to myself that I wasn't just going to get all the DLC for Train Sim World. If they follow the model of Train Simulator, of the Train Simulator franchise, there's going to be a lot of DLC. There already is a lot of DLC for this game having been out for, what, 2 years? There's like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 DLC. And this one in particular, I saw a lot of comments on various boards on Reddit and people saying, come on, man, you're going to make me pay to have a loco that I already bought on a route that I already bought. And I get that. I do. And it's funny because, let's get this closed. Lock left. There we go. Doors are locked. Doors are locked. We're ready. Release the brakes. Brakes are released. Pressure comes down. Throw on a little throttle. Now, here we go. Beautiful. It was funny because when I bought this morning, 10 minutes ago, and normally when you buy a Train Sim World DLC, it's like a gig, 2.5 gig, massive. And this one was, because you already own everything, it was like, yeah, okay, 100 meg or something. It's really just allowing the BR182 in the Rapid Transit DLC. But you know what? I'm okay with it. And Dovetail's a business. They're a company. They got to make money. I'm all for that. But I like this route. I like this train. This train is from the Rohrsignord DLC. This loco is from the Rohrsignord DLC. So it all comes together. It all works out. What are you going to do? It's gaming, man. It's gaming. It's all completely optional. There's never... This is what I'm beginning to realize. This is what I'm trying to remind myself. There's never a reason to get upset about anything that happens in gaming because it's completely optional. If it's bothering you, just turn it off. Walk away from it. Uninstall it. So if it makes you happy, if it doesn't, then go with plan B. But it's never anything to be upset about. Right, how's everybody doing? It's Tuesday for me. It's Wednesday for you. We're doing a Wednesday video this week. And I have to say, I have the channel has really grown in the past 10 days or so, 2 weeks. And we'll throttle here. This is a German route, and they are sticklers for trains running on time. I guess all train people, railroads, I guess they're all pretty punctual, or try to be. But I don't know, these timetables in Germany seem tighter than anywhere else. Maybe that's just me. The channel really has grown a lot in the past 10 days. relative, you know, scale it. It's a small channel, I know. But it really has grown, and I appreciate everybody who's all the new subs. I appreciate it, all the views, all the likes. I really do appreciate it. I don't know what goals I had when I started doing this, but certainly if you start a YouTube channel, you want it to grow, and it's growing, and it's a really cool feeling, and I really do enjoy connecting with all of you through these videos, making the videos, posting them for you. It's one of the best parts of my day. So thank you. I really do appreciate you. So we're going to do this route. It's or this scenario, I guess. This is about a 30-minute scenario. We're going to knock this out, and there you go. There's a talent right there. The talent too. Man, this is. Let's hop outside and take a look. If we go here, get rid of all that, and we hop out here. I love it. Love it. This is another one of those sims that that for people that aren't into gaming, it's kind of a weird thing to describe. Like you just drive a train, and it's even weirder in some ways, I think, than the truck sims, because on the truck sims at least you can, you know, steer and make turns and stuff, and on these rigs you just you go where the track is going. Fascinating. But there's something about it, man. And I think people just like trains in general. I know I do. I see comments, again, on Reddit or on the comments for the game itself on Steam or on some of the Dovetail forums. And, you know, I think I like trains. And then I see people liking trains like, ooh, they are liking trains. You know what I mean? And I realize I really, by comparison, I'm not that big a train fan. There are some people that are just unbelievably into trains. But I think on some level, just about everybody's into trains. And it's a weird thing. It's like it goes across culture, and it's a fascinating thing to think about. Trains, they just work for us somehow. They just do it for us. So it's cool to have an opportunity to drive trains, and it's fascinating for me to see like the different types of trains and different routes. You know, I have to imagine the folks at Dovetail are train fans as well, and you know, what they pick for routes. I mean, obviously they want to pick routes that are going to sell well, you know, that are going to appeal to people. But I think there are also just some sort of, we get it? Oh, so close, so close. But I think we got the whole rig on the platform. Yeah, we did. Okay up front, we're okay in the back. Oh, bouncy camera. There's not a lot of mod support for Train Sim World, and so there's no, like, you can get a camera override in Farm Sim so that the camera doesn't bounce around like that. What it's trying to do is not clip through objects, but what that means is when you move the camera in a way that there is something between the camera and the train that you're looking at, it jumps the camera in front of whatever that thing is, and it can be a little bouncy. And there's no mod that I know of. I mean, there's a route editor, you can build your own routes, but as far as, you know, that type of mod support, as far as I know, there is none. So we got to deal with a little bit of a bouncy camera. Anyway, yeah, trains, man. Trains, people love them. I love them. I don't know a lot about them, but I love them. Wait till 8:10. Wow, we're actually on time. Both departing from our point of origin and from our first stop. This could be some kind of a record, right? I'm ready. Here we go. Close the doors. Get ready on the brakes. Brake pressure coming down. All right. Here we go. Beautiful. So what else is going on? I finished my career, or well, I finished a season in career mode in both MotoGP 19 and F1 2018. So I follow a guy, a YouTuber, Robo46. He is the most next level sim motorcycle racer that I've ever seen. He does all his races on like 120% AI difficulty, no assists. He wins most of the time, and the whole time he's doing the race, he's just like talking away, shooting the breeze. Are you kidding me? Man, I have a hard enough time talking to you while driving a train, right? And this cat is on a MotoGP bike going a billion miles an hour through the twisties, no problem. Live commentary, it's next level. He's amazing. But he got to the end of his Moto2 season, and he got X offers from various MotoGP teams. In fact, I take that back. There's only one MotoGP offer that he got, and then he got like 3 offers from Moto2 teams and 1 offer from Moto3, which seems, you win the championship and then now you want me to go back to the underclass? That doesn't make a ton of sense to me. But regardless, that's in his video. So I win the Moto2 championship, right? And I get exactly the same offers that he got. And that's very interesting to me, because what it tells me is that result is not procedurally generated or not in any way based on anything that I did. It's strictly a script that the game runs. When you get to the end of the Moto2 season, those are the offers that it gives you. Now, I don't know if it gave us both the same offer because we both won our championship, or, you know what I mean? Or if it's, there we go. Or if it's just the same offer always. But slow it down a little bit here. Slow things down right about now. Beautiful. And if you haven't seen this route yet, it is, this is really nice. You go into like the subway tunnels in Leipzig. What? Ah, it's beautiful. I love it. This is my favorite part of this route, and I think it's one of the reasons I like it so much. So you see what I'm getting at. I don't know if you get the same offers at the end of the season regardless of how well you finish, or if we both got the same offers because we both won our respective championships in Moto2. But either way, it was a little disappointing because, I don't know, I just thought we won. Surely we'd get more than one MotoGP offer. And we did not. We just got the one. And it's for kind of I wouldn't say it's a dog team, but it's not the best team. Let me turn my cursor on here. We want some headlights, man. There we go. No, I don't want that high beams. I want high beams normal. Yeah, we'll take it. So we're loading up here. Let's take a look around the station carefully without bouncing the camera. Look at this, man. Look at this. It's like art such as you have. Beautiful. There's a little 1442. Love it. So we'll see. I'm a little burned out. I was really grinding to get that Moto2 season done, and I did. And now that it's done, it's like, okay, it's left me feeling sort of empty, I must say. And I also finished the season in F1 2018, which I really do prefer to F1 2019. I'm not sure why. It could be because F1 2018 is like version 1.16. Like, it's been patched up and doctored and, made good and well and perfect. And, moment. There we go. And F1 2019 is brand spanking new, just a few weeks old. So I got done with that season as well. Started with Williams and finished with Sauber. There we go. And did well. And what I ended up doing was rather than continuing on for a second season with Sauber, what I did was I deleted that profile, that save game, and started a new one. And the reason I did that, reason I did that is I'm looking to start again from scratch, knowing what I know now. Because this was my original save game that I started like last fall before I put my wheel away, and I learned a lot about the game during the season, as far as how and when to spend your R&D points, and I just I got better at the game. I got better driving as well. So I guess it's time for a clean start. Stop right about here. Right there. And now we're a minute late. Now we're running late. Take a look at the station as well. This one. Tell you what, let's go down. Can we go down here? Yeah. Look at that, man. In fact. Yeah, that's a tricky screenshot, but we'll see. We'll see. Right, back in here. So starting a new season with Red Bull of all teams, and that was also kind of a weird thing to think about, because I'm gonna bleed off a little brake pressure so we can get out of here sooner. Initially I started with Williams because they do run the Mercedes motor, and I'm a big Mercedes fan, but I didn't want to go with the Silver Arrows team, because that's, it's almost like it's too easy. But I did want to run a Mercedes motor, and then I went to Sauber, I don't know, for no reason, I guess. For no particular reason. Let's get out of here. We do this, get rid of this. Like so. Brake pressure off. It does this sometimes. There we go. Yeah, there's like a tricky little sequence you need to do to get this train moving. But I feel like after having done a season, I can race as Red Bull now and not feel like I'm just gaming the game, and you get the AI dialed in and just get everything sort of set up in a way that you have to race, you have to work, but at the same time you're not completely outclassed. You're not just being hammered on in every race, but you're also not winning a minute off the front. Although that did happen a couple times. It happened once with Sauber. Once with Williams and once with Sauber, after I had built the car a little bit. And it's, I can't imagine either Williams or Alfa Romeo, at least in their current state of, whatever, rebuilding, growth, whatever you want to say that those teams are doing right now. I can't imagine either one of those teams finishing, there we are, a minute off the front. But from time to time during a Grand Prix, you will see that sort of finish. There's some close finishes during the season, of course. And there are some other races where it's not close at all. It's not even close to close. It's pretty much everything that F1 is trying to get away from. It's procession racing, very few lead changes, pole position wins, and they win way off the front. And it's, and in any given race, any given Grand Prix weekend, you can have a team do everything right, and you can also have a team do everything wrong. And I think there are some weekends during the 2021 races, however many races they're doing this year, there's going to be a race where one team does everything right, and a lot of teams, or at least the rest of the top three teams, the other two top three teams, they do everything wrong. And you do have one of those massive gaps where from a third of the way through the race, it's clear that unless P1 blows up, there's no way that this race is going to be anything other than a blowout. Right. Here we go. So I suppose that could happen, but it seems extremely unlikely that that would happen with either Williams or Sauber. It seems more likely that it could happen with Red Bull. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I'm looking forward to it, and I also feel like since I got a season done, a full season done in F118, which is weird that I got the season done in F118 after F119 was released. But you know what? It's the way things work out sometimes. Life is very unpredictable. But I feel like having got the season out of the way now, that I can, a little early on those brakes, but the distance between these stops is crazy. It's just a couple hundred yards. I'm concerned about overshooting, but we are definitely late now. We're running a full minute late. Hopefully nobody notices. Having got a full season out of the way, I feel like I can relax now and just sort of, race when I want to, rather than feeling like I need to do a full Grand Prix weekend every day just to get it done, right? And I was doing the same thing with MotoGP 19. Now, to be fair, the Moto Grand Prix weekends go faster. Right? The Moto Grand Prix weekends go faster. They do. So that's nice to be able to knock one of those out in an hour or an hour and 10 minutes versus like 2 to 3 hours for a full F1 Grand Prix weekend. Right, sip of the coffee. So that's racing. What else is going on? Nothing really. We're gonna start Greenwich Valley on Farm Sim, and I'm also working in with my I don't know. Is that the squad? Is that the fam? What is that? I don't know. The two guys that I MP with, we're trying to figure out what map to go with for MP. And people are on holiday now. And, it's summertime. So it's, I think that's something we might settle into as we get into August and September. And then, man, it's crazy how time flies. I know it's July right now, but on some level, I can feel the holidays like right around the corner. Because, hang on, lock the doors. Try not to bump my mouse. Right, brakes off. All right, there we go. And we got a couple minutes to get to this one. However, it is 3.5 miles away. Oy, okay. Let's just, let's just punch it. Let's see what this rig can do. So August is right around the corner. And August will go quick because it's the end of summer and you're hurrying and, right? You try to get everything done that you need to get done during the summer and such as you do. And then it gets into fall, and it's not necessarily that you're, like getting ready for the holidays. Oh, hey. There you go. Level 2. That's me. It's not necessarily that you're getting ready for the holidays already. It's just that you're sort of aware of them. You're making plans. I don't know when you make your New Year's plans. September? October? I mean, for me, that's what I do, because you got to know. I mean, if you're making reservations or something for New Year's Eve, you got to do it early. And then I feel like once you do that, it's just a question of getting closer to those things, and you see what I'm getting at. So it's not the holidays. It's only July, but at the same time, I can sort of feel that already. So we'll see what the channel looks like during the fall. I really would like to get into some multiplayer. I'd like to get into some multiplayer truck. I'd like to bring more iRacing to the channel. There's a lot of changes that I would like to make, and I have to say a lot of them are, for lack of a better word, social. I definitely want to bring you in, or any of you that want to be involved with the channel. I would want to get into more multiplayer and that sort of thing. So we'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out. But I'm definitely open to ideas, and I'm definitely open to growing the channel in a lot of different ways. So we'll see. And that, to me, that seems more like a fall thing. That's the other end of our train right there, by the way. That's the Doppelstockwagen, the tall boy. That's on the other end of what we're driving right now. Right. And I really do like that train. I think I showed it to you when we first started the video. If not, get a little throttle going here, and I'll hop out, and we'll come right down here. Yeah. Love it. Love it. I don't know what it is about double-decker trains. Something about it, man. Something about it. Right. So right down here. I'm seeing some micro freezes, which I'm not too happy about. But I'm seeing some of those on the AI in Truck Sim as well. So I'm wondering if I don't need to replace an SSD. I'm told that they do wear out in their own way. They wear out faster than spinners. So I'm curious if we need to do a little maintenance on those. So we'll see. We'll see. So we go right down here. I think this might be the end of the line for us, literally, because this service is only supposed to be 30-some minutes. So that, we're gonna keep that down there. 25. Oh, we're over a minute late. We haven't even got to the station yet. Oh dear. Struggling. Right down here. Now my break point for this train has always been my speed, the distance in meters, if that makes sense. So if we're going 70 miles an hour, I start braking about 700 meters. That seems to work pretty well. And then, of course, you need to feather it a little bit as you get closer. Man, I've seen people nail these stops like they're driving a shopping trolley. They just, like, put it in there every time, right on the mark. And it looks like, as they're coming into the station stop, it looks like they haven't even begun to brake yet. Oh, not quite that far. Not quite that far. Oh, it gave it to us, but it shouldn't have, because half of our rig is like, oh no, we're all on there. Okay. I didn't know the platform was that long. I thought we were well short. Well, either way. But you know the people I'm talking about. One person in particular, he's like a train driving Jedi. Next level. Next level. I would like to be that good. But, you know, I wonder, let's see. There we go. I wonder sometimes about playing a lot of different sims as we do. If some of the, there's one guy that I watch, he's a F1, he's like the F1 sim guy. And that's all he does. That's really all he does. And even for race sims, like there's a couple of sim racers that will race any sim game, right? Any sim racing, whatever, any racing sim, they'll play it. Are we done? We got one more. I think we got one more. All right. From here, run the train empty up to BF. Okay. So, do we get a marker? 9.2 miles. All right. Brakes are off. Here we go. 9 miles. All right. Well, I guess we got a little. Ways to go. Such as you have. I don't know if we're going to stop it all between here and there. Well, I mean, we're not going to stop it. You know what I mean? Are we just going to knock it out at 100+ kilometers an hour? Let's find out. So there are some sim racers that will race any race sim, any franchise, any type of car, anything, and then there are others that absolutely specialize. So I wonder sometimes if it's possible to be that good at that many different kinds of sims. I've seen, well, we've all seen different sim gamers that are good at a variety of sims. Oh, that was a little glitch of gravel on the track there. But then you also see them being, for lack of a better word, kind of not good at a certain type of sim. So I wonder, I mean, I'm sure there are people, I'm absolutely certain that there are people that this is the only sim they own and it's the only sim they play. Like, they're just trains, man, all day. Only trains, nothing else. And then, like I just said, that cat that does just F1. So everybody's got their thing. I do wonder sometimes if it's possible to be that good at that many sims simultaneously. Surely it is. Must be. It must be. But me personally, I don't have that kind of Jedi skill set. I enjoy sim gaming, and there are some sims that I feel like I'm doing all right, doing okay. But there's others that I know plenty of room for improvement. Right. We are making time though, I gotta say. And this is I thought it was kilometers per hour. It's miles per hour. We're knocking on a hundo. That's carrying the mail. That'll get you there. I'm waiting for, and apparently a lot of other people are waiting for, the Acela to come to the Northeast Corridor, and that's America's high-speed rail. Sort of. It runs on shared track and very limited track. So there's only a couple places where it can get up to, I think, 125 miles an hour. I want to say the train can go like 160, but for the most part, it caps at about 125. And American Rail it could use some work. It needs a little bit of love, but it's what we got. A lot of people want to see the Acela, and I mean, there's some pretty fast trains. Well, this one is no slowpoke. There is a high-speed train in the Great Western Railway DLC. Is that right? Yeah, man, these micro freezes bugging me. But I think people want to see like TGV or Japanese bullet train or the Acela. But if we did get the Acela, I don't know how often you'd be able to really open it up. But it's a cool train though. So we'll see what that brings. But yeah, we're moving pretty good right now. So we'll get this thing parked. We'll call it an episode, and I don't know. I guess I'll try to get a little work done today, and probably end up doing that first race at Australia in the Red Bull. That car's got a great sound too. It's weird that you spend enough time in any sim and you do start to notice the subtleties. And I have to say that, because I do practice races in career mode in really any race sim, which is maybe not fair, because that's what the practice on the race weekend is for. You don't, like Mexico. I did not know that track at all. I do not know that track at all. I've never, until I raced it day before yesterday, I've never driven that track before in any sim ever. Mexican Grand Prix track. So rather than spending my career mode practice learning it, I just jumped in a standalone race, a standalone Grand Prix weekend, not career, and just suffered through it and used the flashback and the rewind and learned that track. And then after I knew it, went back to career mode, knocked out the practice programs, the development programs, purple everything, ended up on pole, etc., etc. And maybe that's not, I wouldn't say cheating, but maybe that's not fair. Maybe that's really not, you know what I mean? Like that's what the whole point of the practice sessions are for, is for you to learn the track. And it's fascinating for me to think that real life Grand Prix drivers, there are tracks that some of them have never been on, because maybe the underclass that they were in, F2 or what have you, maybe he's never been on that track. And even the other drivers that have been on that track before. Let's bump up our speed just a little bit. I don't think we're on a clock to get here, but I still want to get here as quickly as possible. That the other drivers, even drivers that have been on the track before, they haven't been on it for a year, and they get limited practice sessions to learn that track again. Now simulators, that's what you call irony. Simulators are used now by race teams for familiarization, because concentrating for just that reason. because the drivers have not been on that track for quite a while, you can spend time in a simulator literally learning that track so that when you get to Mexico or wherever, you're not just a complete grom. However, those are pro race drivers, and they know what time it is. For the rest of us, for civilians, I don't know. I mean, would you call that cheating? To do a practice race out of career mode to learn that track? Oh, maybe. But it's interesting, using different cars, and I did use different cars to practice in and sort of experiment with different cars and different, and it's, from one angle you think, wow, they're just all Grand Prix cars, they're just all F1 cars, and then you get in them and you realize they all handle different, they all sound different, they all look different. There really is a lot of variety there, and there's some really esoteric stuff to like. So the sound of the about like there, beautiful. The sound of the Red Bull I find to be very pleasing. Good work. That's it for this duty. You're very welcome. All right, secure the train, set the master switch to off and the parking brake to on. Parking brake is here. Parking brake is here. Parking brake is back here. Parking brake. Apply. All right. And then we want to set the master switch to off. And that is this one. Where's my cursor? There it is. Master switch to off. Climb down to complete this duty. You got it. So we go right through here. And then right out here. Yeah. Right out here. Exit. You got it. Right here. And then where are we going? I need to turn my marker on. Right there. So folks, this is the BR182 add-on for the rapid transit route. Miss. For Train Sim World, and it's cool. I guess I can go ahead and recommend it. Wow, it gave us green for all those, even though we were running a little bit late. There you have it, folks. Thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Train Sim World, and we'll see you next time. Take care now.